Hey guys, Mike Chamberlain here. Welcome back to the vlog. On today's episode, we will call it a shout out to Twin Stick Garage, so to speak. I'm on the hunt, but I'm not on the hunt for truck parts. Well, I guess I am kind of on the hunt for truck parts, but I'm on the hunt for push rods. That's right, the push rods that are missing. I got that front rocker body off. I'm gonna take the other two rocker bodies off to take the injectors out, because I do have a core charge, because whether the injectors are good or bad, or whether that was a problem or not, I got 6 new injectors, so I might as well pop all the old ones out and send them back, and then I can get my core charge back. So, because I have a feeling I'm gonna need that core charge money for something else. But yeah, I got the tub out. I'm gonna drain the oil, and then I'm going to attempt to fish in that hole for my rods, and hopefully I can find them. Hopefully I can pull them out. If not, we'll have to drop the pan, and that just means a whole bunch more work and vlogs, and yeah. So anyways, at least I got the scope here today again, so I can look into the oil pan if they're there. So I want to get the oil drained, let it drippy dry. Well, it won't drippy dry, but let it drip down for a little bit and see what we can see. And also pull the other injectors, because then I can look in those cylinders and compare them as to how they look compared to the one that that's missing the rods, that was washed down a little bit. So anyways, stay tuned. Yeah, let's get started. Curious as to how liquidy this is gonna be. How liquidy actually, I should probably get out of the way. Maybe I should put gloves on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I will grab a piece of paper towel though. See if any push rods fall out. It's got a little more oil consistency, I think, than the last one, but it's still pretty liquidy. If you look at the magnet, there's really nothing on it, and it still works as a magnet, so that's a good sign. Okay, I've popped the front injector out. I don't know if you guys can see that. Try and put it where we can both see it. Something like that. Easier said than done. So I'm gonna stick this down. Check out the injector cup. Actually, I'm gonna set you guys up here. We do this before. It's got a little carbon on it. Don't think it looks too bad. Down into the cylinder. Let's change views because I can't really see anything. And drop down in. Oh, the piston's quite high. So you can just see a bit of the sidewall there. Definitely looks better. I'll have to turn the engine over to see further down. Cylinder well. Oh, there's some vertical lines right there. Almost looks like a bit of a polish spot right there. But that's right at the top. Interesting. Yeah, that one definitely looks better. So now, since we looked at that one, if we come back to our troubled hole, you can definitely see the scores down the side. We can. We come right near the top. You can see where it's pushed the fuel down around, which is not great. Ejector cup I think is half decent. Ejector cup on the front one. There's not a lot of room there. Anyways, not too terribly bad, I don't think. So, I'm going to see about pulling the udders, and I'm just going to stuff a rag in there so that nothing falls into the holes, and let's see if we can look up the drain plug. Set you guys up so you can see. That I'm looking at. Might be the pickup. Let's change the camera angle again because I can't see anything. Well, I'm not having great success looking through here, unfortunately, but you know what? I never thought about the oil pickup pan, but there is that plate on the side, so I think I'm going to pop that off, and then maybe I can see something through there. So it's not looking very good. I'm thinking the pan's going to have to come off at this stage. Yeah. Great. Here's one for you. I pulled the cover off, but I don't see any oh, wait, is that one? I don't think it, wow. I don't think I see any push rods. Let's take the camera in and do a little closer look. That's the connecting rod. Ouch. Well, I've pulled off all the rocker heads, and I've got them all on my little cart here. I've got the push rods out. I've numbered them. so I know which hole they were in. So this one was cylinder 6, 1, 2, 3. The 2s are the injectors, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the suspect one, but you know what? Everything here is good. The little round nubby things, they look good on the back side. But I still don't know where those push rods are. I looked in the oil pan, I've looked from above, I tried fishing from above, I can't find it. So I think we're gonna have to pull the pan. I think I'm gonna have to get a second opinion. Ugh, got a hair. But anyways, so I'm gonna have to talk to someone at the shop, see what they think. Definitely probably gonna have to pull the pan. I've got my jig heads on the second one, valve covers on the bottom. Of course, I'll clean these all up. I'll find out from the mechanics at work what the best way to clean them up is, so that, because you also don't want to dry them out, and then if there's humidity in the air, they can rust. So I got a plastic bag I'm going to wrap that card in so they can't get touched. Of course, I've got my new injectors here. They are all nicely wrapped up, so I will save those for when it goes back together. And here's all my old injectors to go back for a core. Now this is the injector on the suspect hole, and they all have this wear spot there, and there's actually a smidge of a groove. Some are worse than others, like that one. Oh, that one, the groove might not be as bad. This one, that one's not as bad there, but this one, look at this O-ring. It's got a little chip out of the O-ring, and you can see it's on the screen. So that makes me think that when this was installed, it got nicked maybe, because why else would there be O-ring or debris on that screen, unless that's silicone. But yeah, that O-ring's not very good. This one's in rough shape. This one, that almost looks like rust. And then if you look at this one, there's some serious pitting right there. Like, that doesn't look good. I don't know if you can see that, but so that one, that injector is definitely suspect. Looking at the tips for lines, they look good, I think. As far as seeing if there's anything leaking past, maybe. But, so those look good to me. This one's got a fair bit of wear as well. A wider, broader span. And this one too. There's actually, well, yeah, there's a smidge of a ridge. A smidge of a ridge. But, yeah, so we'll send these back. And for cores. So yeah, send those back for cores. And now I'm going to, let's grab the camera and we'll just see if we can see anything in those other cylinders down the injector holes now that I got all the injectors out. Okay, let's scope some holes. So this is number 5 injector. Bit of carbon there, a little bit hard to see. Go inside the hole, and I can't see very much. There we are. You can see a bit of lines on the wall, like the number 2 cylinder. Well, it doesn't look spectacular, in my opinion. Oh yeah, there we go. We can see some cross hatching, but there is lots of up and down verticals. Mind you, this thing could have a 1.4 million on it too, so there you go. Now we'll look in hole number 6. What's behind hole number 6? And drop her down in. Oh, that's the head of the piston. Yeah, this one's not down very far, so. There's not a lot to see, but for what little we can see, I don't think it looks too bad. Hey? Hey, what do you think? So, there we have it. Definitely think it's due for definitely think it's due for some injectors. Maybe it's due for a rebuild. I don't know. I'll have to show the guys the video and see what they think. I mean, it's not like this thing's going to work full time. I just want it to be a nice runner so we can cruise and play and yeah. See what they say though. If I pull the pan off and, you know, see what they think with those hash marks. I mean, once we're this far, maybe I should rebuild it, but I don't want to if I don't have to. So we'll clean it up and you know what? Should be good for another 100,000, 200, 500,000 kilometers. Just tidy her up and clean her up piece by piece. So little by little. I'm gonna try and scope out this front hole again and see if I can find those push rods, because I don't want to have to pull the pan off, but I think I'm gonna have to pull the pan off. Well, I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is pull the pan off. If I can't see them in the front, or pardon me, from the top, yeah. Speak, Mike, speak. There we go. Huh. Let's face it, if you can't find them, you can't find them. Of course that's 9/16 because that's not what I grabbed. Those ones are all 5/8. So let's just start pulling the pan. It's not just a hobby, it's an adventure. One. Oh man, there's like one right underneath this pipe thing. Wow, that really stinks. And really, the way this oil pipe is rusted, like, take a look at this. The way this, it's blurry. No, I'm just not wearing my glasses right. The way this pipe is rusted, I should try and get a new one of those, because that's just, yeah, that's dangerous. Because if that gets a hole in it with all that rust, it'll, yeah, cook the engine. Nobody wants to cook the engine. I don't want to cook the engine. So we'll go get tools and take that off as well. Is down a little bit. Oh, and it's down. Let's take a look, guys. Do you see anything in that pan? Let's drag this sucker out. Let's drag it out. Let's see if we can't find my pieces. Well, guys, I've got the pan off, and it's a good thing I didn't pay very much for this truck. I'm just gonna say that. So I didn't find any pieces in the pan. I can see it. It looks like a pan. It actually looks pretty good overall. But yeah, I think I know why this was parked. Well, I don't know if this is why it was parked, but take a look at this. This might be, I don't know. It might be the end of this project. We'll see. See what you guys think. So, there we go. The pan's pulled off. You can see the bottom of the pistons and the crankshaft. And up there, you can see the cam. Now this is the suspect cylinder. I'm going to make that a little bit brighter. But if you look, I'll turn this, use my other hand. Look at this lobe right there. It has some gouges on it. It actually doesn't look bad otherwise, except for there. But when I reach up, you can see there's a zinger on that piston, like a ding on the bottom edge. Ouch. But if I reach up in there, there's a roller missing. So this tappet, that one, yeah, there's no roller on the bottom. The one beside it for the injector, there's a roller. The one beside it for intake or exhaust, there's a roller. But the back one, no roller. So, so somebody put this back together to run on 5 cylinders. And I guess that's why it was abandoned. But what I don't understand is, why would you put it back together without those parts so you could run and park it, unless they drove it for a while running on 5 cylinders. But that one roller is missing, so it must have been out. So they must have taken those 2 out, and I don't know. So now what do? Do I pull the cam out? I guess I have to pull the cam out. If I got to pull the cam out, that kind of means I got to pull the block, I think. And the crappy thing is, I don't know, it doesn't look that bad other than that. I don't know. But I guess that's the way it goes. It's just the way she goes, man. Oh. Oh, Kenny. Can. Some funny marks on the back of that piston too. It is. It's kind of fun looking at the back side of the engine. You can see the cam. See, I don't think that cam looks bad. Well, you know, doesn't look bad except for where it's, you know, got those gouges of metal in it, so. Oh, man. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm thinking I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to put a sheet of cardboard under here, throw some plastic down maybe, and go talk to some experts. I can't believe someone put this thing back together without 2 push rods. And it ran, I mean, you guys saw it running. It actually ran good, other than it had a bit of a miss, but that's because it was running on 5 cylinders. My God. Poor truck. Crazy. Anyways, yeah, I gotta get out. Well, guys, I'm just cleaning up. I put some paper towel down over the heads, put some plastic down. Being that cam follower marked the cam, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, we'll have to see what to do, because we could pull the cam followers out and maybe clean up that little bit of marring on the side, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be okay to run it like that. But I'll have to get someone to look at the footage of it and tell me what they think, because, and you know what, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think that marring on the side of that one lobe do you think it's savable, or do you think that's going to bugger up the rest of the hard surfacing and be like putting perfume on a pig? But because the kicker is to get that cam lobe off. Yeah, there's where is it here? Down there you can see there's little plates right there to get at those cam followers. So that means all this stuff has to come off. Air compressor, fuel pump, all that has to come off. And then we still have the issue with the cam. And if I have to pull the cam out, well, then we're talking about, we're probably easier to just pull the engine out if we have to pull the cam out. Because at that point I have to pull the radiator out and pull the cam out. But I mean, this is a cab over, so so it's not that easy to just pull a cam out. And at that point, if you're going to pull the cam out, well, then you might as well roll some new bearings in it and, you know, rebuild the sucker, because really a rebuild kit's probably not that much money. But there again, you know, you've got a 30-year-old engine. All this piping on the front of the engine is rusty. You know, like this with the low flow coolant. You know, do you save the Cummins, or do you get a different power plant? I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is a tough one. You know, I absolutely love this cab over. I love the K100 Aerodyne. Like, the roof is just phenomenal. Like BJ and the Bear, like, come on. Like, look at that. It's awesome. But, you know, could this be the death blow of Kenny? I don't want to think that way. But I definitely, I don't know. The guy's got to think about it, eh? Because there's, I mean, look at it. Yeah, it's a K100, but it needs so much work. You know, the exhaust, this fuel tank is junk. You know, flat tires, well, tires are no big deal, but, you know, this is rotted off right in there, so that needs to be repaired, fixed, whatever. Really, a person should pull the cab off. You know, the way this battery box was tack welded to the frame here, not the end of the world. You know, we could grind that off and clean it up. At least it's going lengthwise. But I think this is a case where if we're going to do it, we got to tear it right down to nothing. Like right down to nothing and start over. I'm a little irritated that I went and bought injectors first because I was like, oh yeah, it's injectors. And the injectors weren't, I mean, they weren't that much money per injector, like 240 bucks a piece. So I spent $1,500 on injectors. And these ones are definitely, you know, they definitely tell some tale. But they probably would have been fine for a little while longer. So, you know, on the back end of this frame is so rusted, like, you know, really I should be, you know what I should be doing? I should probably gut it right down. You know what? Take it completely apart, pull the engine, pull the stacks, pull all this crap off, stretch the frame out, start with rails, get an engine, and take the cab off the frame and redo it. Except that's, see, and then that's where it gets tricky, because how the heck do I take the cab off this? You know, I don't have a hoist, so that becomes tricky. You know, my tractor won't lift that high. Or can I leave it on those hinges and fix the cab while it's on the frame, but tilt it forward and pull the engine? Or do I fix the engine where it's at? See, and that's the kicker. You know, being that if I have to pull the cam out, is pulling the cam out an out of frame rebuild. Because really, if you're going to pull the cam out, you might as well pop the heads and put some new rings and all the rest of it into it. But anyways, that's it for today. And I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is going to be the death blow of Kenny, but we're going to have to do some thinking. Serious thinking, because I really wanted to get him running. I wanted to get it so I could drive him and then fix him up while I'm driving him and kind of get a feel for how it's going to go, because I didn't want to just start cold turkey because he kind of fell into my lap. But I think I'm at that point. So it's either turn left and keep on going and jump in the lake, or it's cut your losses and find a different project. But anyways, guys, till next time. Peace. Later. Bye. Well, here's a little tidbit to finish this off. I washed out the oil pan and I found evidence of when it failed. So the oil pan is all nice and clean, but look at that. There's a dent in this oil return line and a whole bunch of dings and scratches. So obviously, obviously there was a massive failure, and for whatever reason, they just put it back together. So honestly, don't know why you would just put it back together. I mean, it ran actually not bad, but put it back together to run on 5 cylinders. I don't know, maybe somebody had to get home or whatever, but anyways, I just thought that was interesting. So yeah, I could have a 5-cylinder 444. I guess it'd be like a double 4. I don't know. What do you do?